how to dispute a transaction on PayPal. Now I'm going to go through everything you need to know about the PayPal chargeback process. So by the end of this video, you will know everything that you need to know to go ahead and dispute your payment and potentially get your money back. Now, it says here, first of all, if something goes wrong with an order, a customer may open a case. Common types of cases are disputes and claims, which are filed with PayPal, and chargebacks, which are filed with the card issuer. All cases result in a temporary hold on transaction funds, so the best approach is to respond quickly. So as it says here, there are 3 different types of claims or disputes that you can go through and do with PayPal. Now, I will cover all of these. The first is a dispute. This is like the first level of a claim, where you first dispute with PayPal and say, hey, my order wasn't right. And this is like level 1. Now, level 2 is when this gets escalated, and this is basically where you are just talking with the customer or you are talking with the seller, and you are trying to resolve this between yourselves. Now, step 2 is this gets escalated to a claim, and this is where PayPal actually come in. They'll review all of the messages between the seller and the buyer. They will review the payment. They will basically investigate into the case a bit more, and they will determine a solution, who is in the right and who is in the wrong, and PayPal will decide that for you. Now, number 3 is a chargeback with the card issuer, and this is basically where they go through their bank or their card issuer rather than PayPal. So for example, if you paid through PayPal but with Wells Fargo credit card, then they would contact Wells Fargo rather than PayPal. So I'm just going to go through all of these and basically what you need to do if you are a buyer and what you need to do if you are a seller to get the best out of this situation. So as I said, we're starting off with disputes, and this is basically where you are just talking. The buyer and seller are talking and they are trying to resolve this between themselves. Now it says it's best to respond to a dispute with your customer as soon as possible before it turns into a claim. In situations where the seller doesn't respond quickly, customers typically escalate their dispute to a claim after about 4 days. So first of all, we are going to say how to respond to your dispute. This is if you are a seller. So you will get a notification and you need to log in, find your case and then respond. You will usually have a message saying which charge has been disputed. It will say why it's been disputed, and here are a few reasons why they may dispute them. So item not being received. If you're selling tangible goods like something on eBay maybe or dropshipping, people can dispute and say that they haven't got it. And then also if you're selling intangible goods, so this may be like an online course, this may be coaching, something like that. People may also say that they haven't got that. So if you are a coach, what I would recommend doing is keeping file of all of your meetings, keeping proof that you actually turned up, so people cannot turn around and say that this didn't happen or you got scammed or they got scammed. Now, the third thing is significantly not as described. So this might be, I don't know, if you ordered AirPods online and you got given Samsung earphones, that's definitely not the same thing. That is significantly not as described, and people may also open a case as well. Now, if we go over to claims, I'm pretty sure that both the seller and the buyer can open a claim. So if somebody opens a dispute against you and basically says that you didn't ship the item, you as the buyer can open a claim and say, yeah, I did. Here is all the proof, PayPal, and PayPal will probably side with you and you will be able to keep the money. So it says here, resolving a claim filed with PayPal. For item not received, you will need to prove that the item and service were delivered to the customer, so this might be an email. For item significantly not as described, you will need to prove that the item or service is in line with the item or service promised to the customer before payment. And then for an unauthorized transaction claim, this is like if you got scammed or if you got frauded. It says if you are eligible for seller protection, you will need to prove that you have fulfilled the transaction and incurred a loss. It also says here are a few examples of the details we may ask you to provide: proof of shipment or delivery, proof of replacement, delivery or refund, a signed contract, proof of download, proof of fulfillment, and there are just a few. There are definitely more. Now you can also appeal a claim if you are a seller. So it says, if a claim is decided in favour of the customer, you may be able to appeal it. The decision could be reversed if the item was returned to you in a different condition as the customer first received it, the item wasn't returned, or the wrong item was returned. So that is everything you need to know about disputes, chargebacks and claims on PayPal. Thank you for watching.